Welcome everybody. Let's make a start today lying on our backs. Have a block nearby because we will use that at some point. So you can have that by your side and then we'll start lying down on our backs. And you can have your knees together, your feet wide just for a moment and rest your hands on your belly. Eyes closed, let your face relax, let your jaw relax. As always, just trying to stop a moment before we start. Let's let the breath flow freely in and out through your nose. Once you get comfortable with the natural rhythm of your breath, you could try to start to deepen it and lengthen it. And as that begins to happen, hopefully you'll start to feel a bit more relaxed, maybe a little bit more grounded. Just following the air as it floats in through your nose and your belly inflates. And as it comes out through the nose and your belly deflates. So just taking some time to use the breath to help you to settle into your practice, into this hour. Trying your best to let go of whatever's happening next. One more breath here. Keep your breathing steady. Walk your feet towards each other. And then just bring your knees into your chest. And you can wrap your arms over the tops of the knees and take a little rock from side to side. And nice and easy, just let both knees fall to the right side. You can have your left arm out to the left side. And take some time here, just breathing into the twist. It might feel a little bit stiff depending on what you've been doing, what time of day it is for you. But right now it's the morning for us. So definitely in the mornings you can feel there's a little bit of resistance there. You have to go slow, take your time. You bring your knees back in and we'll take them over to the other side. And how does that side feel? Maybe there's even more resistance on this side. Just let the breath flow. Hopefully the breath will help to relax the muscles. And then bring the knees back into the chest. Just place both feet flat down onto the mat. Your hands flat down onto the mat. We'll take a big breath in. As you breathe out, draw your belly button back towards the floor. Tuck your tail and start to lift your hips up. And then slowly lower the spine down. So not going to your highest just yet, not to your highest bridge just yet. As you exhale, belly button draws back, push down through both feet and then lift the hips up. And then slowly lower down. You can try that maybe 2 or 3 more times. And every time, just getting a little bit higher. So as you exhale, the belly goes back. The tail tucks, and then you follow the spine as you lift the hips up. And then just reversing the journey. Let's go for 2 more. Maybe getting up a little bit higher this time. In this last one, we're going to stay here. Stay at the top, so belly button draws back. Push down through both feet and then lift the hips up. And hopefully you've got your block nearby. So you can stop your block underneath you and then just lay the sacrum onto the long edge of your block. And take the right leg to the right hand corner of your mat. Just let the right hip bone melt open. If you like, you can take your arms up and over your head. That feels nice sometimes. So take a breath in. And a breath out. If the block is too high for you here, you can always turn it onto its lower edge. Let's give the hip flexor a little bit of time to stretch the psoas muscle, a little bit of time to stretch. And then rebending the right leg and extending the left leg out to the corner of the mat. And the toes melt outwards, feeling the leg melt outwards. Feeling the hip bone melt outwards. Breathing in. Breathing out. Yeah, take one more breath here. Now just try taking both legs out to the corners of the mat. If it's too much for your back right now, then have the knees bent. Otherwise, we'll be here for one breath, just letting the hip bones melt outwards. And then rebending the legs, so both feet flat down onto the mat. Lift the hips up. Take the block away and then slowly lower your spine down vertebra by vertebra. Okay, then you're going to hug your knees into your chest. Open your knees wide. Take the arms over the tops of the knees. Interlace the fingers and squeeze the thighs back towards the rib cage, and you can rock from side to side here. And then releasing that, just catch hold of your block. You're going to roll over onto the right-hand side for a moment. Come up to seated, place the block. So it's going to go underneath your shoulders. A little bit of a slow start before we get going. Rest the block underneath the shoulder blades. And the head back down onto the mat and the arms up and over your head. Okay, now if that feels nice, bring the soles of the feet together and the knees open. I just want you to take a few breaths, just breathing into this shape. Feeling that space in your belly and in your chest. Noticing the shape of the spine, letting the legs relax so the knees open to their widest. And you can rock from side to side if that feels nice. If you haven't got a block, by the way, you could use a pillow, you could use a book. You can do all of this without a block as well. Take one more breath here. Good, so we'll bring the knees back up, have the feet flat onto the floor, and then just lift the hips up. Okay, so if you have got a block, you can push the shoulder blades into the block as you lift the hips up. And then lower the hips back down. You're going to extend your legs out straight and point your toes. Push down through your heels, squeeze your belly button back, and then try and lift the hips up. And they might not lift up far, but feel your legs fire, feel your hips lift. Maybe you can feel your hamstrings here. And then lower the hips back down. Good. Rebend the legs. We'll roll over to the right hand side. Take the block to one side, and then we'll come into a child's pose. Okay. So however you get there, having your knees together, your feet together, sit onto your heels and then relax over your legs. Your forehead down into the mat. Once you are there, have your arms out in front and try and let your hips relax completely now. Let the breath flow, feel your belly expand against your thighs. You can rock your head from side to side. Whatever you need to do to feel good here. Take one more breath. Keep reaching your hands now as far forwards as you can so that you push your fingertips into the floor and you lift your palms of the hands up, your elbows off the floor. Then looking forwards, come up onto all fours. Let your belly sink, lift the head, chest up, start to feel the wrists, and then push away from the mat and round into the back. Try that a few times, letting your belly sink, lifting the head, chest up, and then pushing away and rounding into the back. A few more times. Seeing if that movement can help give you a little bit more space. Last time. Coming into a cow pose, belly sinks, chest lifts up, tuck your toes under and lift the hips up and back into your down dog. Now use down dog now to see how your hamstrings feel. So you can squeeze the heels down one by one. How does that feel as you try and straighten your legs? You can lift and lower the ankle, the knee, the heel, sorry. Good. And we're going to take your right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip and draw a big circle with your right knee. And then we'll take the circle the other way. And then bring your right knee to your right wrist, right shin on the floor, right foot over to the left side into your pigeon pose, okay? So we're going to kind of whiz through this. Walk your hands forwards, forehead down into the mat, and now think about pushing down through your left foot and your outer right hip. Yeah, so we're active here, we're not just chilling out. Take a breath in, and a breath out. Walk your hands back to your knees. All right, now tuck your back toes under and take your right knee over to your left wrist. So we're kind of carrying on from what we did yesterday. Lower your outer right thigh onto the mat and then lift and tuck your back toes. Try and bring your left hip towards your right knee and then walk your hands forwards. How does that feel there in the outer right hip and outer right leg? Certainly a lot going on there for me today. Take a breath in, reach your hands as far forwards as feels good. And now walk your hands back. You've got your left hand by your right knee. Right hand is below your right shoulder. Tuck your back toes and lift the back knee up off the floor. Yep. And then ground the back heel down. Take your left arm up to the sky and extend your right leg straight. Push down to your right hand as you lift your hips up. Hold it there, inhale. Take your left arm up and over your head.
Good, and then place your left hand down and take your right foot back. Hips can go up and back into downward facing dog. How's that feel now in your right leg, right hip? So we'll take the left leg up to the sky, bend the knee and open up the hip, and then draw a big circle with the left knee. And then take the circle the other way, just checking in with how that feels today. Bringing your left knee to your left wrist, you can rest the shin on the floor and take the left foot over to the right side and into your pigeon pose. Okay, so untuck your back toes, walk your hands forwards. I like to be on, like my hands are tents. So I'm on my fingertips, palms lifted. And pushing down through the top of your right foot and the outer left hip. You can always have a block underneath the hip if you can't feel the hip on the floor here. And walking your hands back. Okay, so you've got your right part, left part by your left knee at the moment. Tuck your back toes under. And you're going to take your left knee over to your right wrist. And this time you're going to lower down onto the outer left leg. Yeah. Untuck your back toes. Try and bring your right hip to your left knee. And then walk your hands to the center of the mat. And reach them away. You can stay on your forearms if this is a little bit deep for you. Spend a moment trying to relax into the left leg, left outer hip. Good, and then walking the hands back. So you've got your right hand by your left knee now. Tuck your back toes and lift the back knee up off the floor. And then ground the back heel down towards the left. Okay, take your right arm up to the sky and straighten your left arm. Push down through your left hand and lift your hips up. Hold it down, take your right arm up and over your head. Inhale. And then exhale, take your right hand down and your left leg to the back of the mat. Then hips can go up into downward facing dog. Hopefully that's created a little bit more space for you. Breath in and breath out, lift the hips up. You're going to walk your hands back towards your feet. Hold on to opposite elbows, relax your head and sway from side to side. Welcome to the hamstrings. Welcome to your back. You're releasing the hands and rolling your way up. Last thing to come up is the head. Your chin to your chest until the last moment. That's it, good. So from here, take your right foot in front of your left foot and outside of your left toes. So your baby toes line up. Okay. Rest your hands on your hips. Inhale, lift up tall, and then exhale and fold it forwards. Now you can put your hands on a block here if you want, or hands on the floor. Front leg is bent, back leg is straight. Inhale, lift the head, chest up. Exhale and fold forwards. Today, try taking your body over towards the right side. One more breath. Bringing your body back through center and then slowly rolling up. Now you're going to take this right leg, it's going to go behind you. So take it forwards, all the way behind you. Bend your left leg and then put your outer right foot on the floor here. Keep that left leg nice and bent. Lift your arms up. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms up and lean over towards the left side. Breathing in. And breathing out. Lovely, guys. All right, coming back through center. Releasing the hands. We could just bring that right foot now behind the left. Actually, no, please. Let's do it the same way. Take your left foot over your right and then line up your baby toes. Yeah, that's more simple. Hands on your hips. Inhale, lift up tall, and then exhale and fold it forward. So just going for the other side now. Releasing the hands. Just notice that front knee is definitely bent, but the back leg, maybe it's going towards straight. You can have your hands on your block. Doesn't have to be straight though. We'll walk the hands over to the other side, the left side. Notice how that feels. Try and relax, try and breathe. And then come back through center. Roll your way up. Good, so now bring your left foot in front and then around the back. Go onto the edge of your left foot. Bend your right leg a lot. Take your arms up to the sky. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms up, and then lean over towards this right side. Inhale. Nice stretch there through the left side. And exhale. Good. Come back through center. Release your hands, and then bring your left foot back next to your right. Hands onto your lower. Actually, no. Bring your palms together. Inhale, lift your arms up, thighs forwards, hips forwards, gaze up. And then exhale, hinge from the hips. Inhale, take a halfway lift, lengthen. And as you exhale, walk the hands forwards into your plank pose. Now, vinyasa, you can drop your knees or elbows, brush the rib cage. Push down, cobra, up dog. Hopefully the back feels quite nice. Take it up and back into downward facing dog. All right, guys, from here, let's take your right leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, open up your hip. Right knee into nose, right foot inside right hand. However you can get it there. And then come up into a high lunge. Now you're going to interlace the hands and turn the palms faced up. Take your left foot over towards the right side, like you did just now. Go onto the edge of the foot and lean over towards the right side. Inhale. Now this is a little bit tricky. See what happens. Bring your body back. Open up your arms towards the left and then take your left leg to the back of the mat into warrior two. Okay, good. Hopefully all went well. Flip the front palm, reach it forwards. Take it back and breathe into your right side. Now bring yourself back to warrior two. Take your left hand to your right foot. Rest the hand on the floor. Pick the back heel up. Turn both toes towards the right and right fingers up to the sky. Arm can come up and over your head here. And then you can bring your right hand back. Take your front foot to the back, find plank. Vinyasa, you can drop your knees or go down one long plank. Cobra, up dog. Take it up and back, downward dog. Take a breath in, notice how it feels. And a long breath out. If you kind of got lost there, don't worry. We'll be repeating it a few times so you'll get it by the end. You take your left leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up your hip. Bring your left knee into your nose, left foot, next to left thumb. From there, come up into your high lunge. That's it, in high lunge, interlace the hands, turn the palms face up. Now your right foot's gonna go over towards the left side, edge of the foot on the floor, and then we lean over towards the left. Bring your body back to center. Start to open up the arms so you twist towards the right, and then let the right leg go to the back of the mat into warrior two.
Good. From there, flip the front palm, reach it forwards, take it back, breathe into the left side. Come back into warrior two. Now your right hand is going to land on the floor next to your left foot. Lift your back heel up, turn both toes to the left arm up to the sky. Squeeze, squeeze those hips up, left arm up and over your head. Breath in, well done guys. And then breath out, left hand comes down, and then front foot moves to the back. Your vinyasa, or you skip it, or you drop your knees. Cobra up dog. And meet me in downward facing dog. Breath in, lift the hips up. And breath out, squeeze the heels in. Right, let's keep building on that. Right leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip. Right foot inside right hand, and then come up into your high lunge. Interlace the hands, turn the palms, face up. So your left foot's going to go over to the right side. You're on the edge of the foot, and you're leaning over towards the right. Bring yourself back to center, open up the arms, start to turn towards the left foot to the back of the mat. Find your warrior two, it might be a bit of a wiggle. Flip the front palm, reach it forwards, take it back and breathe into the right side. And you're going to straighten your front leg now. Reach the right arm as far forwards as you can. Hand can come onto your shin, left arm up to the sky. So both legs straight, triangle pose. You take your left arm up and over your head. Try and twist your right rib cage to the left side. Squeeze the legs together. Look down. Now take your left hand to your right foot. You can bend into the right leg as you do that. Turn both feet towards the right arm up to the sky. Good. Now you're going to take your right leg behind your left leg. Rest the foot on the floor and then lift the hips up into a wild thing. Then from here, close it off. Right hand back, left foot back. Vinyasa or Kalapsasana. Cobra up dog. Downward dog's where we meet. Yeah, so you can always skip that bit, and downward dog is where we meet. Take a breath in your down dog. It's your moment to rest. And a breath out. So you swing your left leg up to the sky, bend the knee, open up the hip. Left foot now inside the left hand. Come up into your high lunge. Interlace the hands, turn the palms face up. That's it, good. Now strong in your left leg to take your right leg out to the left and lean over towards the left side. Come back through your center, open up your arms to turn to the right, and then right foot joins you into warrior two. Flip the front palm, reach it forwards, take it back, breathe into the left side. And we're going to straighten your left leg. Bring your left arm up and over your head. Push your right hip up to the sky. Left hand on your shin, right arm up to the sky. Maybe your left hand is outside of your left leg. Yeah, but that's only if you can keep both sides of the body long here. Right arm up and over your head. Breathe into the side. Try and squeeze your right rib cage down towards the floor. And your left rib cage towards the right. So looking down, bring your right hand next to your left foot. Bend your left leg, turn both toes towards the left. Left arm up to the sky. Squeeze those inner thighs, lift the hips up. Good, then you can take your left leg behind your right. Push the left foot down to the mat as you lift your hips up. Left fingers to the top of the mat. Good, from here, bring your left hand back to the floor.
left foot back to the floor, vinyasa, or skip it, meet me in down dog, drop your knees, do any little variations you want. You can also do a double chaturanga if you wanted to. When we're here in down dog, take a breath. And exhale, let it go. Lower the knees to the floor for a moment. Sit back into your heels. That's it, and then take a child's pose. Letting the sequence settle for a moment before we add on. We'll walk our way up to seated just before we add a little bit more on. You sat on your heels, you got your knees together. Take your right hand behind you, fingers pointing away. Swing your left arm up and over your head. Push your hips forwards and then find that extension there. Think about turning your chest towards the sky as you reach the fingers to the back. And then sit your hips back down and just change sides. Okay, so the left hand goes behind you, right arm up and over your head. Push down to swing the hips forwards and the arm up and overhead. And sitting the hips back down onto the floor, remembering how that felt. Come back onto all fours, ready for this last little flow. Let's see what we can add on here. Let your belly sink, lift the head, chest up. Tuck your toes and lift the hips up and back into your down dog. Yeah. All right, so swing your right leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, open up the hip. You know this bit now. Right knee into nose, right foot inside the right hand. Come up into a high lunge. Interlace the hands, turn the palms up. And we take your left foot outside of your, over to the right side. Lean over towards the right. Then start to come back through center, open the arms to the left, take your left leg to the back of the mat. There's a lot of work going on that right leg when you do that. Flip the front palm, reach it forwards, take it back, breathe into the right side. And we straighten your right leg, push your left hip back, come into a triangle pose. Hand can be on shin, top arm to the sky. Yeah, can be on the floor. Take your left arm up and over your head. Look down, take your left hand next to your right foot. Bend into your right leg, turn both toes towards the right arm up to the sky, lift the hips up. Now if you want to try and do a wheel here, start to turn your left fingers out towards the left side a little bit. And then you take your right leg behind you, rest the foot on the floor, reach your right arm up and over your head, maybe your right hand gets to the floor. And you can come into a wheel pose or not. Yeah, you're going to stay where you are if you prefer. You're going to close it all the way back off. Come into a plank pose. Stay in plank. Bring your right knee to your left elbow and your right foot out to the right side. Drop the left heel towards the right, left arm up to the sky. We've been here already. Lift those hips up. Left arm up and overhead. Well done. Left hand comes down, left foot goes back. Vinyasa, or skip it. Collapsasana. Cobra up dog. Meet you in downward facing dog. Yeah, so there's the option there for the full wheel, or you stay where you were. Breathing in, lift the hips up. Breathing out. Good, let's go again. Left leg up to the sky. Bend the knee, open up the hip. Left foot inside the left thumb. Come up into your high lunge. Interlace the hands. Whoops, I'm wobbling. Taking the arms up. Right leg goes outside, left leg, lean over towards the left. Open up the arms towards the right, bring your right leg to the back of the mat, warrior two. Flip the front palm, reach it forwards, take it back, breathe into your left side. And then straighten your left leg, reach your left hand as far forwards as you can. Where are you going for your triangle pose? Is the hand on the shin? Right arm comes up and over your head. Squeeze your legs towards each other. Right hand comes next to your left foot on the floor there, bending the knee. Turn both toes to the left and left arm up to the sky. Squeeze those hips up. Well done. Now, if you are going to aim or try for your wheel, start to turn your right fingers out towards the right. Yeah, or keep them forwards, guys, yeah? And then you're swaying your left leg behind you. Press the foot onto the floor. Take your left arm up and over your head. That's it. Maybe you lower your left hand down. You can bend the right leg. You are in your wheel pose. Maybe not, always staying where you were. Then we're going to close it off, bringing it back into a plank. Not too elegant. Now stay in plank, bring your left knee to your right elbow, left leg out towards the right side. Drop the back heel, right arm up to the sky. Are you panicking? Can you breathe? Good, lowering your right hand down, left foot to the back of the mat, vinyasa. Go with your flow. Cobra, up dog, and then downward facing dog. Ooh, breathing in, and breathing out. Bring your feet together. This is kind of like a break. And take your right foot in front of your left foot, and then line up the baby toes. So the right foot goes outside of the left foot. Walk your hands back to your knees. So you've been here, your hands back to your feet, sorry. You've been here already. And then push down through both feet as you come up to standing. Good. Find a little bit of calm before we continue. Now find something solid to focus on. Bring your hands heart center. I'm going to try and come up high onto your toes here. But find that something solid to focus on. Come up high into the toes, find your balance, find the calm. You're going to slowly open your knees out to the sides. And as you do that, take your arms out in front. And you're going to lower your hands down onto the floor. You might do that quick, or you might be able to do that a little bit slow. Palms flat on the floor. Just stay here, this is enough. Or I want you to rest your knees onto the tips of your elbows, so the very top of your elbows, not up by your armpits. Lean into the hands. There's the option to bring the feet up or not. Yeah, and you are on the tips of your elbows here. Maybe you lifted the legs, so you put them back down. Maybe you didn't. And then we'll put the heels to the floor and straighten the legs. Good, roll your way up. How did all that turn out? Going to change legs. Bring your left foot in front of your right. Line up the baby toes. Yeah. Hands on your hips. Inhale, lift up tall. And then exhale, hinge from the hips. Releasing the hands. So it's enough to be here, you know, this is enough. Inhale, the front knee is bent, the back leg is straight. Good, and then roll your way up. Chin to chest, bring your hands to the heart center. Find something solid to focus on. And then see if you can lift your heels up. So you got to find that calm, find that peace. Once you have managed to lift the heels, open your knees as you bend them. Take the arms out in front. They're like there to catch you if you fall. And then lower the hands down onto the floor, staying high on your toes if you can. Yes, now this is enough. Yeah. Or lay your knees on top of just above your elbows. You don't want to be higher than that. Maybe you rock into the hands, maybe you lift both feet up or one foot at a time. You lower your feet back down and then push your heels back, come back into a forward fold. Relax your head. Slowly roll your way up. I find that really hard with cross legs. And then release. Well done, guys. We'll just bring your hands heart center, palms together, normal now, or if this is normal, coming up high onto your toes, bending the knees, sliding your back down the wall. Reaching the hands forwards and then sitting your bum down onto the mat. Well done. From here, a little bit of a forward fold, push down to your hands, lift up, and then exhale. Oh, take it forwards. How's the hamstrings? Maybe they still need a little bit of work. So you can breathe in, draw the head, chest forwards. Breathe out and fold over the legs. Kind of danced around the mat today. Got some back bends in. Got creative with the flow. I'm gonna roll back up. And I'm gonna bring soles of the feet together. It's my favorite two to do one after the other. Inhale, lift up nice and tall. And then exhale and fold over the legs. Slowing it down a bit now. Take a breath in. And a breath out as you reach the hands forwards. Okay, and then carefully start to bring yourself back up. We're going to take your right leg across the mat and have your ankle in line with your knee. And then take your left knee out towards the left side. Your knee is in line with the hip and your ankle is in line with the knee. Now, I like to push down through my right leg here to lift the chest up. And all the time you're trying to think about rotating this inwards and outwards. Yes, the knee is moving outwards. Inhale, lift up tall. And as you exhale, you can put your hands on the floor or you can keep them on your knee as you fold forwards. Push down through the inner left knee, inner left ankle, out to right thigh. If you've got your hands on your knee, take your arms out in front and then walk your hands over towards the right side. Yeah, go as far over to the right. This feels good. You can reach your left hand as far away as feels good. You're going to continue going over towards the right, but walk your way up. So you come up onto your hands and then take your right hand behind you, fingers pointing away. Swing your left arm up and over your head. Push down through your shins, lift your hips up. Sitting the hip back down. Come back to the center. I'm going to change legs. So let's bring your left foot towards the right side. Come into like this 90 shape here. Knee in line with ankle. And then right knee in line with the right hip. Right ankle below the right knee. Inhale, lift up tall. And as you exhale, fold over your left leg. If you want, I like to push down through my knee, but that might not be good for your knees. So be careful. Maybe the arms just go out in front, or maybe you come onto your forearms so you don't go down too low. But push down through your inner right knee, inner right ankle, outer left thigh. You can walk the hands out in front. And then you can walk the hands over towards the left. And it's the right hand that's going to do the work for you. Yeah, it's going to help you find that extra space on the right side here. When you're walking your hands back, you can continue to go towards the left side. You're going to take your left hand behind you, fingertips pointing away, right arm up and over your head. You don't have to lift your hips up, but you can. Push down, lift the hips up, and hold it there. Breathe into that space. And then sit the hips back down. Well done, guys. You'll swing your right leg all the way back to the front. Bring the soles of the feet together, knees open. Let's have the block nearby before you go down, or your pillow or your book. And also you don't have to have it. But reach your arms forwards and then slowly start to lower down vertebra by vertebra. Well done, we've done all the hard work. So we're going to put the block on its lower edge, or if you haven't got one, you don't need one. You can lift your hips up, put it on its lower edge, underneath the sacrum with the knees open. Feels nice, arms up and over your head. Take a breath in. And a breath out. But can you relax here for a moment, surrender here for a moment. And take one more breath. And then we can bring the knees up. Have your feet flat for a minute. And then extend your feet to the corners of the mat. So if it's not comfortable with the block there, you can take the block away. But let your eyes close, let your face relax. It's nice if you're comfortable with the arms up and over your head. If not, you can bring them down by your side. Take a moment, just let the breath flow. You deserve a little moment. Notice how your body feels. Just a few breaths here. One more breath. You're going to bend the knees, have your feet flat, so that you can lift the hips up and take the block out. And hugging your knees into your chest. Let both knees fall to the right side, so just like we did at the beginning. Hopefully that doesn't feel so delicate now though. Bringing the knees back into the chest, let them fall to the other side. We are going to finish with a plow pose. Now if you would prefer happy baby, go for that. Yeah. So bringing the knees back into your chest. Maybe you are going for the happy baby, holding on to the outer edges of the feet. Otherwise you can take a plow pose, doesn't have to be your biggest plow. Let the toes rest on the floor, maybe they're hovering off the floor. Try and keep the weight in your elbows. Try and relax your spine, relax your neck. Take one more breath. Good, and then letting the palms lie flat on the floor, slowly lower your spine down. Good. Now you can cross the legs And roll your way up to seated. Sitting cross-legged or however's comfortable for you. Just rest your hands on your knees and let your eyes close for a moment. Take a few breaths, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. And again, inhaling through the nose, just letting the practice settle. And exhaling through the nose. You're welcome to take a longer Shavasana. If you're needing to get on with your day, bring the palms together, thumbs into your chest bone. Or take a big breath in through the nose. And then open your mouth and exhale, let it go. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let me know if you have any questions. I hope you had fun dancing around the mat. Well done. It's so early for us at this moment. But if it's the only time you're going to practice, then it's got to be done. I hope you enjoyed, guys. Have a lovely day.